everybody. Boy, have we ever had an amazing last couple of weeks, and it has been great.
Yeah, we've really had some good news. We're going to entitle this episode, by the way, Help is on the Way. Season 2, next episode, Help is on the way. As you know, we finished up with our students. We had such a great time with them. And then from there, we crashed. We actually kept working because there's so much work to do, but we did sort of crash for a couple days. We were very unproductive.
We did.
We did easy jobs like lawn mowing and of
laundry.
course all the cleaning.
Yeah.
And we got our feet under us a little bit, and then we're thrilled to have our kids come visit.
Oh my goodness. It has been so great. So because of COVID, which we all have had disappointments and things canceled, we were able to get here a few times, obviously, during the year, but our kids could not. So this was their first time since we bought the house for them to come and feel like maybe they can feel comfortable here. And it was wonderful for us to for me anyway, to kind of nest and have the kids here. So it's been great.
Yeah, you've probably noticed if you listen to our videos that we're pretty careful with money, and some might call it cheap or frugal, and we
Thrifty.
have to be. We don't make a ton of money, so we have to be careful. But one of the things we decided to do when we bought this chateau is we promised the kids that we would fly them over once a year. Because this is their life, they're losing their parents, and so we wanted to be able to see them and have them come enjoy it with us.
Yeah.
So that's been fantastic, and we've had a lot of other things where help has been on the way. We have the roofers still coming.
Oh my goodness.
And
Yay.
Great progress there. We'll talk about in a second. We have some friends coming over from the States to help us decorate for a week.
Yeah.
That's going to be terrific.
Reno, maintenance, lots of stuff.
Yeah, I suppose more reno than decorating.
Yeah.
Then our YouTube, they shut us down.
I know.
They wouldn't let us prove that we were in the States, so they actually sent us our first check, $1,400. Very exciting.
Very exciting.
It'll pay for half of the roof intervention, so we'll take it.
It's great.
That's great. We've got that. We're ahead on the lawns. We've made progress on downspouts. So many things, and we've kind of got our feet under us mentally now that we've had enough time to process
And sleep
and rest and try to get to the next month.
Yes.
Of renovation. So we're really excited. Great news on the roof, and we needed it because our room.
It has mushrooms growing out of my crown molding.
Yeah.
Not great for asthma and not great for the look in general.
Leslie's been having a difficult time. She has some respiratory issues, and so she's had a more difficult time breathing. Because we've had now 3 mushrooms come out from our crown.
How does that happen? Oh my goodness. Anyways, little bizarre. Things you never thought you'd see in your house.
So in our last video, we were telling you about the roof, and we found the roofers, and the guys showed us these hidden access points to the roof, which is fantastic. Because the whole time I was thinking, man, we just need to go through the roof and fix this. And so David and I finally got the courage to go up there and do it. And in fact, I shot a little video, so watch and enjoy. Hello, world. So here we are up in the roof. I finally got the courage to open up one of these access points. Turns out there's a gazillion of them. It's raining, and feeling like I should have done this weeks ago. Totally figured out the problem. Remember, you saw the big video of all the water coming into the house. The problem is this thing overflows, and the reason it overflows is because it's blocked. It's the simplest thing in the world. I'm gonna try to unblock it as we speak. I'll show you the other one. Here we go. Stay with me here, folks. It's a little bit jerky because we're up in a precarious situation.
Oh, it's a good way to go.
You can go anyway. It's David and I. We are up in the major tower. We're clearing out. There's David. We are clearing out birds' nests. We put some of the birds' material on the ground already. It's all over the place. There's, there we go. So he's throwing her down. We've got massive amounts up there, which we're not going to get today. But check this out. I am so annoyed with myself. There were times I thought, I just need to go through the roof, and we could probably fix this massive leak. We could probably fix it. And so finally, the roofers, God love them. See, there's the access point. Look at that. There's David's throwing stuff down. So there's the access point. Finally, I go out, and sure enough, oh, look at that beautiful. Look at how well that works. Yeah, it turns out it works really well when that piece of slate isn't sitting right over the hole. Yeah, there were 2 pieces of slate completely blocking that. And so what would happen is the water would, of course now it's running in because I've got this thing open, but what would happen is the water would totally fill up this thing and then run directly into the house. So if it was raining not too hard, no big deal, just a bit of water coming in. But if it rained hard, major problems. Major problems. So we got you can see there's lots of things we got to fix. Look at that little guy. Yeah, that's a problem. And there's a few shingles that are out. So it's a good thing we have those guys come to do the intervention. But honestly, this is the biggest thing right there, the fact that we cleared that guy. Now I'm going to go over to the other side. I'm going to try to clear the other one too. In fact, why don't we do it on Facebook Live? Because even though almost everyone's probably sleeping, is anyone watching? No, no one's watching.
No.
Yeah, no. But you'll watch this later. It's pretty cool. This is the attic. The attic's awesome. See, I'm nervous for David. There's nothing under that supporting it, but it is kind of a patchwork, a framework. Yeah, we're picking up bird debris of all manner, clearing out birds' nests.
Mostly nests.
Yeah, mostly nests. You can see they fixed this one. That one looks beautiful. Very small pieces of wood though. Oh, and they used hooks too. Yeah, that seems to be the way to go. Okay, let's see if we can fix this on Facebook Live. I don't have a lot of places to stand here. I'm gonna try to put my little body. No, I'm okay, I think. I'm not pretty enough for that. Okay, I guess.
So you can have 2 hands for your...
No. Here, let's grab. I mean, that would be the smart way to do things. Thank you, sir. But why would we do it the smart way? Okay, left hand. Oh, I can feel you. Yes, rotating phone. I can feel it. What a stinker. He says, I'm gonna get my body out of here. Oh, okay. It's like full of stuff. Look at that. Junk. We're gonna clear this thing. Where's the hole? Yeah, it's totally plugged in. I bet you anything. Yeah, listen to that. Friggin'. And that's all we had to do. That's all we had to do. Okay, so we're gonna clear this. Clearly we're gonna clear this thing out. Ay caramba. All right. There it is. That's our work for the day. I will end this video with a nice shot of the outside. Sit down. Okay. The big beautiful trees. We're about, I don't know how far we are up.
That's a great question.
Maybe like 70 feet. I don't know, something like that. You can see there's a lot of complexity here, but that was a ridiculously simple solution. You know, honestly, in life, the biggest thing is is the courage to try, right? I was too scared. I thought, man, I should almost cut a hole in the roof because I knew what the problem was. I didn't want to cut a hole in the roof. And then, of course, the roofers come and show me that someone already did cut a hole in the roof. And then I was just nervous to open it. I'm like, you know, I don't want to take this thing out. What if I can't get it back in? And then you finally get the courage to try, and it's that easy. Okay, well, take a shot at your problems today. I'll keep working on mine. Cheers.
Well, one thing I've learned the longer we're in France, the French folks, regardless if it was a long time ago or even now, packaging and how they access things, there's always a way to do it easily.
Sometimes ingenious, like they have
Like
really
great ideas.
armoires come apart, or
Yes, there's just so many different things.
doors, fit together windows, and so
Yes,
a big part of
yes.
life is figuring out these French systems.
So we figured with the
Yeah.
roof, there's got to have someone who would already have thought through this idea.
Yeah.
So and they did.
And so sure enough, so much better. Now we know, even though the roofers have not arrived yet, another week before they get here.
I know.
Still,
But
we know
no
that
rain.
the water is not going to be pouring in, and eventually
goodness.
things will dry out.
I know.
We also discovered that our roof is drywall, which is
Our
real easy
ceiling.
for me. Our ceiling,
Our
pardon me,
ceiling in our room is
of the
drywall.
master bedroom.
Yeah.
So that will be much easier to fix.
Then plaster.
Yeah,
which
for me, 'cause I'm
we're not as
Handy. With
well.
experience.
We just don't have a lot of plaster walls in North America, and unless they're really old houses that we have known. So drywall we can handle.
Good news. We also made progress with the downspouts. And I'll show another video of that. So I finally got out there. I went out and bought like a 32-foot ladder or 30-foot ladder to get up high enough to get it. And I'd put hoses up there and pushed them up with pipes. I'd taken pipes and trying to get stuff out of there. Couldn't do anything. I got up there and I realized that there was like about a 2-foot crack all the way down the back, and the whole thing was completely jammed.
Yeah.
And so I decided we couldn't figure out how to take it apart, so I decided to cut a small hole, and then we bend it up, and then caulk it back down. And so we did that, and here's some video of that. Now, by the way, if you're squeamish, close your eyes for a few seconds, and then I'll let you look at it, and then I'll tell you what I found. Yeah, so I'm pulling out lots of twigs and branches. Are your eyes closed if you're squeamish? Okay, here's the shot. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what it is, so mute the mic if you don't want to hear about this. I found bones, not human bones, bird bones. So there was a dead bird in there clogging it up, and it had been long since gone, just the skeleton remaining, but pretty disgusting. So we got that all out. The water is now draining, which helps everything. So that is fantastic.
So things, whenever you buy a new house, there's always things that you learn about. Every house kind of has some quirks. Things that we didn't know about old houses. When you see moss growing, here's your pipe, and there's moss growing behind it and on the walls, and little ferns are growing out of it, there's probably some water issues. Did we know that? No.
Nope.
Now we know if there's moss around a pipe, we got problems.
Yeah, if there's
and
green
we'll
or
hopefully
black.
be on top of that now.
Yeah.
We just know it. I don't know. We didn't know that.
Again, the beauty of this whole thing, it's so hard when you don't understand it. Like when we didn't understand the electrical, how do we get power to this thing? Then you finally figured out, you're like, oh, we flip this switch, or we do this thing.
It's all a journey of learning, and that's what life is, a journey of learning.
A tremendous journey of learning.
And this is just a little extra bonus for us.
Other great help on the way. We have some friends coming over from the States.
Yeah.
They're hopefully going to help us with a bunch of different tasks.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
We'll probably do more weeks. Like we just decided to do 1 week. They actually called and said, hey, we thought about bringing a group out. It's a church group, and from Wisconsin. And we said, you know what, let's do it. We'd be glad to host you. And they're going to come out, and that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully get lots of projects done.
Yeah, I hope so.
The kids, we
yes.
got them working too.
Oh my goodness. It's so nice when your family's here because you know what their skill sets are and what they can be good at and not good at. And it was just wonderful for me to be able to have, and they're taller than me.
Yeah, our kids are
my
tall.
goodness.
Check out the video. David's 6'3", Amy's 5'8", 5'9", something like that.
5'7" or something, yeah. So for me, there's a lot of things I want to do, and even on scaffolding, I can't reach some stuff, which I find very frustrating. But both of them have an extra whole span of arm length. So for me, I loved that and used that as many times as I could with painting, and David with hedges and bushes that I can't cut the tops off of. And obviously just having them here in general has been great. And for them to kind of bond with the property too. I wanted them to kind of feel like they're adding and being a part of restoring it and bringing it back to life. And when you work in something and you contribute towards something, it always gives you more ownership. And I want them to feel that here. So,
and it kind of, honestly, we haven't done a family vacation in a couple of years. We're kind of all about work, and so it sort of forced us to have some birthdays.
That's
and
true.
We went out to eat a couple times.
We had some birthdays, went and saw a little sightseeing, saw Château, which is gorgeous if you ever want to go check it out. It's lovely. We enjoyed that very much. Went to Saumur, which is a close city nearby that's also amazing, and went to the Château there. So lots of fun stuff that we get to see in our area, which is fun.
And we had to bring Amy back to the plane to fly back her 30-hour flight or whatever.
Oh yeah, right, of course.
And so we went to Paris, and that was great. And it happened to be on
14 Juillet, July 14th.
National.
Yes, which is their national holiday.
Yep.
And it just so happened that they had a very large fireworks display. And get this, the joy of France. I love classical music. They had a classical symphony performance before that you could sit in the park and listen to before the fireworks happened. So it was just, and it wasn't hot and it wasn't rainy.
Oh, it was great.
It was fantastic.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the park with COVID.
There was a lot of people.
But in fact, we'll show you some of the video too. Amazing fireworks.
Oh my
with
goodness.
A great sound system. So super fun. So one of the things, you know, we went into this and we knew that we had 20 years of hard work and we knew it'd be expensive.
When we bought the chateau.
Yeah, we got that. We understood that.
Yeah.
But you kind of think like in North America, oh, we've got to renovate a house, so we're going to have to paint and we're going to have to do this and that. And you kind of get the sense of that.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize is that when you buy a property here, it's not just the upgrading stuff. The property is so huge and so old that nature is actively working against you. So it's kind of like one part renovation and upgrade, and then one part maintenance.
Maybe 2 parts.
Maybe 2 parts
Actually,
maintenance. So at the start.
At least right now.
Yeah.
Like for us, I feel like there's a bit of catch up that has to happen, and because we're learning as things break, which is actually kind of good. If it breaks, then you learn. You have to figure out what's going on, right?
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then life goes on. You don't even notice. But yes, I think there's probably more maintenance than there is going to be reno.
At the start, that was tremendously discouraging because we went in thinking, well, in the first week we'll do this bathroom, and the second week we'll do a kitchen, and then the third week we'll do a bedroom. And you don't realize that, like, again, if you go back and watch our videos, if you go back and watch our, we obviously
We weren't going to do a
wasn't that
kitchen
good.
in a week, but.
But you go back and watch our videos, you'll see right off the bat, we had to change 46 windows. Window panes that were broken or missing.
That whole first summer was pretty
Yeah.
much you doing windows the whole time, and I was like, oh my goodness, we're never going to get anything done.
Yeah, so even mowing, it takes forever, and hedge trimming, it's been a couple of years since stuff's been trimmed. So we gotta do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're going around, the roof is another great
Yeah.
example, cleaning all
Yes.
the gutters.
Oh my
These
goodness.
things actively work against you, so it's not just that it's you against these things that need to be upgraded, you've gotta do the maintenance.
Yeah.
So originally, I didn't understand that, and I was really
Well,
frustrated and kind of discouraged that things
Sure.
weren't moving faster like they did in the United States.
Right.
Now we understand that, and I
Yeah.
think it just helps us to recognize that
Yeah.
we'd love to have these bedrooms all decorated.
It's not going
It's
to happen
gonna
right
take
now.
time.
Well, and income, and because the
Yeah.
income also goes towards maintaining.
Yeah.
So with that,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
gotta.
the resources go where they need to go.
But step by
It's
step,
okay. It'll happen.
a
A little by little.
little by little, we're making progress. Like we have a freezer, we have a working kitchen, we have
do.
faucets that work.
We do.
There
We
are
become
still
very
problems.
grateful for the things we take
Yeah.
for granted
Yeah.
for at home, and
We have furniture, we have couches,
we have
some
some
couches.
furniture. Yes, and
We're
that we'll continue to find, which again takes some time. But
We're
you know
still,
what? It's
as the French would say, we're still furniture poor. There's a phrase for that. I can't remember
Oh,
it, but
interesting.
yeah, because you have a big house and not a lot of
Yeah.
furniture. But we're making progress.
Yeah.
And sometimes the steps back are nature, like rain and wind and cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are our own mistakes. I went to change, we had an outlet that was
Yeah.
30 years old in a shower, and Ryan and Jess in our group, they're a married couple, and they had to deal with like this really low power cold shower every
Sorry,
morning.
guys.
Yeah, sorry. So finally I had time to go in there. I'm gonna switch out the faucet, and I'm cranking it and I'm cranking it, and I broke a pipe. So then you're like, so you run down and shut off the water, and half the house is still without water because we need the plumber to come. But he's coming, maybe today.
Oh my goodness, I
So,
hope so. I hope we
Fabrice
can
and
fit us
Jeremy
in.
on
Thanks,
the
guys.
way. Help is on the way.
Help is on the way, and we can have hot water again. Yay! More good news. What else happened?
Yeah, this has been great. We're already up to 11 applications for next year for study abroad sessions.
2022.
I know. We're
Yay.
gonna run 2 sessions, one in March, April, and one in May, June. And of course, when you're starting this, you're like, boy, I sure hope students come. 'Cause
That's
you're
for
spending
sure.
all this money, and you're like, you gotta have something to offset that.
Yeah.
So that really great news. 11 students already. We're like a year ahead of time. So very exciting.
So excited to have them. They're going to have a great time, and we can't wait to have them here.
And our current students from this last year have been
Yes.
writing us some really nice
my
notes.
goodness.
In fact, I'm gonna ask if we can share a couple of them because
Very
it's
special
just been like
students.
heartwarming, like some of
Yeah,
the stuff that
they're
they've been
just
learning,
lovely.
and they gave us some kind words. In fact, maybe we'll show them right now if they
Sure.
give us permission to. So
Sure.
have a read. One of the big things we want to talk about is Patreon. Now, several of you folks, in fact, very early on, a couple friends said, you
Yeah.
guys need to do Patreon. And initially, I was kind of like, I don't know if we want to do that because,
Well, we just didn't know.
okay, for the Patreon, so we had some ideas. We want to make this fun. And so we thought we were going to do 3 levels. Again, we're new to Patreon.
Yeah.
Apparently, people can support different levels, and then they get certain things in return if
Right.
they want.
Yeah. Little gifts.
And so the first level we're going to do is $5 a month. And we thought if you do that, we'll do question and answer kind of videos on a regular basis that
yeah.
will make accessible to
Yep.
that. We'll still do our regular videos on
Videos,
YouTube, but
Of course.
we'll try to do some of those so you can watch the videos. Also, if you ever are in the area and we're in the area, you could write us and you want to walk around the grounds, kind of do an outside tour for free. You can do that.
Yeah.
So that would be like a free outside tour.
Yeah.
Plus, if it's in season, we'd love to give you a Grifferaie rose since we have our own roses here.
Right. Not a plant.
No, not the whole plant, just like a single rose. So
Roses, yes.
yeah, if you're here and we're here, you'll probably want to write to make sure we're here. But
That's true.
if we're here at the same time, we'll be glad to do that. And that's just thank you very much for supporting us.
You bet.
Second level will go $20 a month. Some folks have said, hey, we believe in what you're doing. We want to get behind it. That's awesome. If you do $20, we'll do all those first things and also add an inside tour. If we're here
Yes.
and you'd like to walk around, we'll just show you around the place.
Yeah.
Again,
Get to
that's
see all the
availability,
rooms.
based on
Yeah.
availability. If we have a study abroad session going, it would be tough to have a long time. We could do a real quick one maybe, but mostly we're working.
We're a little busy.
On the last level, if you're wanting to support us, we'll go 50 a month.
Yep.
And if you do that for a while, we would, I think, let you come stay overnight in the
sure.
Château sometime. So that would be an option for you too. So hopefully that's a little bit of fun. But again, you don't have to do it. We'll take anyone that's interested.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
And we'd be thrilled and that you'd consider helping us out.
Yeah. We have been persuaded by the emails, a couple, and the comments.
Direct messages.
Yeah, and the comments on YouTube. A lot of you saying, "Hey, we want to be involved in this," and that's great.
Which is awesome.
Really early on in the process, I was talking to a guy, another youth ministry guy named Mark Ostricker, Dr. Mark Ostricker, written a lot of books, and he was hearing about the idea, and he's like, he's kind of getting excited, and then the students in the class were getting excited, and so then he asked me a question. He said, "Hey, are you going to fundraise for this?" And I was like, "No, we're just going to do it ourselves." And what I was thinking at that time was, if you pay for stuff yourself, like, then no one can question your motives, because you're using your own
money.
stuff. So no one can say, "Oh, you're trying to do this." But I thought if you start raising money, then it looks like you're, I don't know, potentially sketch or something. We don't take a salary, and we're lending the Château for free. So there's no, we have as much money as we need. We don't have a ton of money, but we have more than we need. We're not real needy that way. But so one of the reasons I didn't want to do Patreon or ask for money was then as soon as you do that, people can question your motives and stuff like that. And it turns out, reading some of the comments, people can question your motives even if you pay for it yourself. So there's no safe way. So I said that to Mark and the class, and then Mark he's like, "Oh, I don't want to support it anymore. I don't like the idea anymore." And I was like, "You don't like it if I'm doing it? What?" Yeah, no. And he's kind of like, and his point was, if you don't believe in this enough to fundraise for it, you don't believe in it. And I was like, oh man, because that's not normally how we roll. Anyways, we're doing the Patreon. Thanks again. Sorry if you're not interested to make you listen to the last 3 minutes.
I know. We have a lot of other updates.
Yeah, so lots of other help on the way.
Okay, P.S. We're launching Patreon
Yeah.
this weekend,
Yeah.
so watch for it. And if you're interested at all, we would love for you to be part of the journey with us and help us
Yeah,
out.
I guess we should mention that. Again, we're not going to talk about it all the time, just this video.
Yeah.
But if you're watching this video, it's up and there'll be a link in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming with us. Or just watching the videos, that's cool too.
They get it.
Yeah.